Hi. So we are in the last days. Can you believe it? Can you believe that we are in the last days? A lot of people are saying that no, we're not. We are still living in the times of, well, they say that's not the last days, even though the Bible clearly says it is. How can we know if we are in the last days? Is there a certain time frame that we're supposed to follow? Or like I have a lot of friends who and family who do not believe that we are in the last days. They say that this is the time to build houses, to get married, have kids, which is fine. And they even said, as in the days of Noah, it will be the same way. People will get married, people will have children. But if you look at the times right now, can you really think we're not in the last days? Let's kind of take a look and figure this out because I think we are in the last days, and there's a few signs we can follow and we can see who's right in their thinking, and or we still have a whole bunch of years to wait to get to the last days. It is interesting to know that the last days is related to prophecy, and it occurs 7 days, 7 times exactly in the King James Bible, some Old Testament and then some New Testament as well. And Jesus directly discusses the end times and the events that are will lead, especially in Matthew 24 and Mark 13. So the last days also are known as the Great Tribulation, in a period of roughly 3.5 years, or 42 months, which is in the Revelation. So shortly it will come upon the whole earth. It will be a time of very great sorrows, and when it will be very, very hard for people to live. So people are asking, are we close to those last days or we're not? Um, they say that the last 42 months will be the last period, the final period, when before Jesus returns. And they say that the day of the Lord will come. And so I made a list of things that's supposed to happen before the 42 months start. Let's take a look at it together and see what you guys think. Okay, so number one sign will be there's a lot of an increase in spiritualism, which I mean in the occult, in the dark spirits, and a lot of books, movies, everything comes out with that in mind. A lot of people are talking about the Twilight Zone, the Harry Potter, the Lord of the Rings, and all kinds of other television shows that are they're focusing on the spiritual aspect of it and not the biblical aspect, mostly like on the dark magic. And a lot of things just recently came out. So that's number one sign, it's increase of the evil spirits. Number two is there's a mass increase in the animal deaths. A lot of birds are dying, a lot of animals are dying, fish, dolphins, a lot of extinctions happening at this time. So they're stating that, for instance, it says in Hosea 4:3, it says that therefore there shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelt there therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven, yet the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. So it says in the Bible that a lot of animals and a lot of birds and fish will die off, all due to because of the end of times. And a lot of there's like science shows are happening, and they're saying a lot of mass animal deaths are happening, and we hear it all the time on the news, like bees are dying, and just different kinds that we heard and we've seen. So the next sign will be the end of time sign is the increase of knowledge, like it says in Daniel 12:4. Even to the time of the end, many shall run to and from, knowledge shall be increased. So they're stating that this is a sign that will show that today, and nobody can really say that there's lack of knowledge. There's so much knowledge, there's an increase of knowledge. A lot of people are getting to figure out a lot of truth that was hidden before, which now they realize what it's all about. And there's so much, even if we look in history, see how everything is happening and going on, it just shows that a lot of things are happening that are the knowledge is not only in the biblical sense, but also in everything else that we accomplished physically, mentally, and scientifically, and all kinds of things technically that we have nowadays. The times are really expanding. Another sign is the increase of violence and sexual immorality. Like it says in Matthew 24:37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. And they like everything happened the days of Noah, it's happening now as well. It shows that the increase of violence and sexual immorality is happening now, and people even are okay with that. They're saying it's okay, it's normal to have increase of a lot of corruption, a lot of people get divorced, and even like when you look, if you look at TV, all the movies are tend to be violent or pervasive and just very something that you shouldn't be even watching, that's for sure. So another sign is natural disasters, which are always happening, like earthquakes, and like it says in Luke 21 verse 25, it says, and upon the earth the stress of nations with perplexity, and seeing waves roaring, men's heart failing them for fear, and for looking for those things which are coming to earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So it just shows a lot of things are happening these days that people are afraid, and a lot of natural disasters that are happening too. They were saying that like earthquakes, the increase of earthquakes, increase of all kinds of things that are happening these days, of tsunamis and a lot of natural disasters. So another sign is unsealed prophecy, like it says in Daniel 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. So a lot of people are getting more, not only knowledge of everything that's happening, but they are getting more knowledge in the Bible. And it seems like a lot of prophecies are happening and are getting unsealed. Prophecy from Revelation, from Daniel, a lot of things are coming true, which shows that not only the increase of knowledge is happening, but also the increase of the biblical truths, biblical prophecies that are happening as well. Also, the end time sign is false Christ and false prophets. That's another sign that's happening. A lot of them are saying, like in Matthew 24, 4, it says, "Many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and many false prophets shall arise and deceive many." So this shows that a lot of people, the increase of false prophets will happen as well, and this is the last days. That's where it's happening right now. It's pretty windy today. So another sign is the whole world is pushing for peace, stating that they want to do a natural, like a world peace order, that everybody will have peace on this earth and there'll be no more wars. As they're saying that, there's more an increase of wars, and also they're stating that there'll be a big war coming. A lot of prophets are stating that, and so it shows that possibly even when they're pushing for peace, calamity will happen all of a sudden. So another big sign is the world famine. A lot of countries are already in a famine state. They're losing a lot of their food sources, and a lot of prophecies are saying that these days it's happening again. More people are wondering about food shortages, and even recently people were stating that yes, it's happening, it's coming, and a lot of countries are on the brink of famine already, and that's another sign of the end times. Another sign is Christians are being killed. A lot of persecution going on in many countries. Again, prophecy are stating that this is the end sign, which will show that a lot of Christians will get killed for their faith, even here in America. Not now, maybe, but they're stating it's happening, it's coming, with all the censorship and all the things that we're not supposed to be talking about. It shows that maybe people will get prosecuted for their faith or what they believe in. Another sign is increase of sin. Matthew 24:12, it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." So it shows that a lot of people are getting less friendly, less caring, and less, there's like hardly any love, real love left. Mostly there's a lot of hate. People hate each other, even family members. Can you believe that? But they say that the increase of sin shall abound, which will show that adultery, violence, lust, greed, disrespect, homosexuality, theft, lying, aggression, selfishness will abound as well. All of these are biblical signs that the end is near, and a lot of elderly people are stating that 50 years it wasn't like this at all. So now it's got worse and worse, and the TV and everything you look around, the news, it's all increasing. Even the video games that the children are playing are full of violence and disrespect and a lot of things that are just, people who are looking at that, they're just amazed. So it just shows that our world is aching under the burden of sin, and it's just increasing every day. Another sad one is Christians are turning away from truth, which I guess they get discouraged and they start turning away into other commitments, other maybe looking at different things that they feel is the truth. And that's kind of sad, because a lot in Christianity is going away. It will be very sad for the whole world, and that's another one, a sign of the end times. Also, a lot of destruction is happening on this world people made. It's like it says in Revelation 11:18. It says, all the nations were angry, and the wrath is come, and the time of death, and they should be judged, and it should give reward to thy servants prophets, and those shall destroy them which destroy the earth. So a lot of destroying of earth is happening these days as well. They don't take care of the earth. They just do a lot of things that are very destructive and very destroying. So another sign is the end of time sign is gospel will be preached to the end of the world. Everybody will hear about God. Every nation, every person, and even now we all understand how easily it's achievable with internet and CDs and tapes and everything all over this world. People are they have Bible access to anywhere. And so this just shows that the gospel has spread so much. I am not sure if it has increased all over this world, but it has. The true gospel has come, and a lot of people have achieved that they know God now. So the last and final sign I want to talk about is that a lot of people believe that the temple in Jerusalem will get built again, and the mark of the beast will happen as well, which some people say yes, it will happen, and some say it will not happen. So I guess it's in Revelation it says about the mark of the beast. A lot of people have different issues, different ways how they interpret this, and I will not get into that, but people are stating that when the final 42 months happen, that's when the mark of the beast will happen, and people will not be able to buy or sell anything. And those are the last, the final, I guess, before Jesus comes. So the question here remains, are we in the last days? Do you believe we are in the last days? And if we are, what are the signs that you believe in? Do you believe that we are getting closer to the 42 months of the big sorrows, the last 3.5 years before Jesus comes? And if that's the case, then does it mean that the next 3 years will be very tough? Or will it start next year? Not this year, but the year after. So basically, what we need to do here is pray, and so God can give us wisdom what to do and how to best prepare for this. I was thinking of making another video that will be called The Hidden Bride of Jesus, which would be a video about that God's select people will be hidden away, and they will not suffer like the whole world will suffer when the big 3.5 years happen, when the sorrows come, which will have a lot of troubles in this world. So let me know what you think, if you believe this is happening, if we live in the last days, or if you believe it's still to come, maybe in the next 9 years, like some of my friends believe, or we'll see. So the best thing to do here is pray, wait, have faith, read the Bible, and everything will be as it should be. Stay tuned. Take care, my friends.